right, standard form of a polynomial. We've been talking about this. I'm not really sure why they don't teach this section before now. If I teach this class again, I'll be teaching it before today, is what I've decided. A polynomial where the terms are in order from greatest to least, okay? The leading coefficient is the coefficient of the first term when the polynomial is in standard form. So it has to be in standard form to find the leading coefficient. And we know a coefficient is what? You may remember what the word?
Number in front of the x.
The number in front of the variable, right? So the coefficient is just the number in front of the variable. It's not the variable, but the number in front of the variable, okay? So to write the polynomial in standard form, the term with the largest degree is written first, and then the remaining terms are placed in order from largest to smallest. So if I look at this problem here, which one is the highest exponent? X to the 6. So it would go first, and then 4x cubed, and then 3x squared minus 7. Everybody understand and remember that? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 terms here. What is the leading coefficient? 1. And then the constant is negative 7 because it's the one without the variable. Remember, it doesn't change. It stays constant because it doesn't have a variable to multiply by to change. We're not going to list the terms, but if you did, I'll list this one. X to the 6, 4x cubed, and then 3x to the second. My 3 does not want to work. I don't know why. Sometimes it will. And then negative 7. All right, looking at this one. What is the highest exponent here? So we do negative 4x to the 5th. And then 2x to the 4th, 3x cubed, 7x squared, minus 2x, plus 12. Does everybody understand that? Anyone have a question? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms. What's the leading coefficient here?
Negative 4.
Negative 4, and the constant is? Constant? 12, the number without the variable. Alrighty, does everybody remember that from Algebra 1, Algebra 2? Any questions? Alright, everybody got a packet on your desk? I think I got every desk. Okay, polynomials have specific names based on terms and degree. Okay, if every term has only one variable, so like up here they only have x's, then it is based on the highest exponent. So if it's only one variable, the degree is based on the highest exponent. Okay, so if it's only one variable in the polynomial, highest exponent. If a term has more than one variable, you need to add the exponents in that term and then pick the largest.
So if there's 2,
we'll do an example in just a second. But like down here, see how it has x and y? So you would add 3 plus 2 and get 5 there. Right here on number 3. Okay, yes. Okay, so if we go back up here, and we have 0. Okay, that means there's no exponent, so there's no variable. So what do we call something with no variable? A constant. Okay, if we have like 3x plus 2, so you have a degree of 1, does anybody remember what that's called? Linear. And then we have a degree of 2. We just did these. Quadratic. quadratic. Degree of 2 is quadratic. And then 3 is cubic. And 4 is quartic, like 4 quarters. And then 5 is quintic. And then if it is higher than 5, you do like 6th degree, 7th degree, and so on and so forth. So there's not a special name for higher than 5. You will be expected to know these names if you do not already. And anything between 0 and 5, I expect you to use the word for. And after that, you won't. Okay, so now number of terms. If you have one term in a polynomial, it is called a monomial. If you have 2, binomial, and 3, yes. Now, a lot of people are like, well, 1 can't be a polynomial. Well, they're all polynomials. 1, 2, and 3 just have special names. Just like if you go to the store to buy an apple, they're all apples. But then we have the Granny Smith apple, we have the red apple, we have the Rome apple, we have the Pink Lady apple. Does that make sense? So these are all polynomials, but 1 term has a special name called a monomial. 2 binomial, 3 trinomial, and they just don't have special names after that. They're all polynomials, though. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's look at this down here. And let's look at the first. We're going to look at the first and the third, and then I'm going to let you try some. So on this first one, we're going to do the numbers. We're going to use numbers on these first 2 columns and then the name. So what is the degree of this first one? What is the highest exponent? It's 2, right? And then how many terms? 3. So that would be a quadratic trinomial. You normally put the degree first and then the term. Okay, so that's the standard. It's normally degree and then term. Okay? Okay, any questions there? All right, let's look at this one here. Since this one has more than one variable, 3 plus 2 is 5. And then 2, remember there's a 1 here. 2 plus 1 is? And then 1 plus 1 is? And then this has 1. So which one of these is highest? 5, 3, or 2? 5. So this is the 5 degree here. And then how many terms? 4. So it is a quintic polynomial.